Welcome to Rhode Island, everybody. It's a small state with a big heart, and it's neither a road nor an island. It's the birthplace of the American Revolutionary War, and the state bird is a chicken. What else do you want to know about the place? It seems like a lot of people I meet these days have no knowledge of the state, so I'm trying to remedy that situation pronto. So grab a treat and take a seat, because the show is about to begin. So here you have it, everybody. Welcome to Rhode Island. This hidden jewel of New England has strong communities of Italian, Greek, Polish, Portuguese, and Armenian people. In other words, it's got a whole lot of diversity of the white variety. Now, the state is well known for its choice quality selection of Italian-American food, and I was going to do a video about that today, but something happened this morning that teed me the hell off. I met a fellow American who never heard of Rhode Island before. Can you actually believe it? I mean, I spend most of my time in Asia, and people around here don't know about Rhode Island. I get that. But actual Americans not knowing about Rhode Island is getting kinda crazy up in here. I mean, I have met some Americans who thought that Rhode Island was part of New York. Some may have even heard of the place but didn't know it was a state, but to have not heard of it at all, it's damn near sacrilegious. I mean, a place quirky enough to serve Italian meatballs with French fries must be on people's radar. Or if you don't like odd food combos, perhaps trains traveling around a ceiling are your thing. Hey, I could be a tad biased, but I think the fact that Rhode Island is the smallest state in the USA should register on some people's brains. Or if you don't know it for being the smallest state, you might know it for being one of the largest units of measure for earthly matters. After all, every time a rather large ice sheet breaks away from the Arctic, they usually quote the size of that sheet in comparison to Rhode Island. I mean, how could you be a self-aware, sentient American being and not know about Rhode Island? Here I have to talk about all this instead of talking about this buck wild gnocchi. Wouldn't you rather hear about this life-changing potato gnocchi in pink vodka sauce? I want to hear about it too. But instead, here I am holed up doing a public service announcement trying to raise awareness about Rhode Island. Did I mention it was the birthplace of the American Revolutionary War before? Because I forgot to mention that it was also the birthplace of the American Industrial Revolution. And even though it is a small state, it technically has the longest name of any state. Rhode Island's actually the shortened version. The full version is the State of Rhode Island and Providence Plantations. But hey, don't let that name fool you. Contrary to how it may sound, Rhode Island is actually quite a tolerant state. It was founded by a forward-thinking individual named Roger Williams who created the place as a haven from puritanical Massachusetts. That's why it's the site of the first synagogue in America, sweetie buns. I mean, wouldn't you at least know about Rhode Island for that fact? Doesn't anyone care about synagogues anymore? I feel like I'm part of a dying breed over here who actually gives a fuck about other cultures. But anyway, enough with all that food, and now it's time to check out the skyline. And hey, do you recognize that? That's the same skyline from Family Guy, reason being because the creator of Family Guy, named Seth MacFarlane, studied animation in Rhode Island. I mean, with all these reasons to know about Rhode Island, who in their right mind wouldn't? Truth of the matter is, I've met people from around the world who have heard of the state, even people in Sweden. They actually have a whole salad dressing in Sweden called Rhode Island dressing. I think Rhode Island dressing is basically the same as Thousand Island dressing, but the point is they know about the state, okay? Just what in the world is going on with my fellow Americans? Are people even receiving an education these days? Sure, it's a small state, but you know what they say, it's not the size of your state, it's the motion of the ocean. Maybe that's why they call the state the Ocean State, but then again it could have something to do with its rich maritime history. By the way, all this random-ass footage you're seeing is actually from the Providence Water Fire event, which happens throughout summer and autumn. It's just one of the many events that makes Rhode Island a special place, so why don't you go on ahead and learn more about this state? And if you have any questions about the fun factoids I rattled off during this video, then feel free to ask down below in the comments section. So stay tuned for my return to Japan videos, which will be coming shortly, and thanks for watching this video. Why don't you leave a comment? Let me know what you think.